added up and added the adventure. My adventure begins. At least I gotta go check because I can't remember how much time I took off. Man, I'm sitting up here like, man, oh man, oh snap! I just thought about something. I didn't send. Let me send a black signal. Need to send a black signal out. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's the right thing to do. Send the black signal out. Make sure it goes out. Uh-oh. I messed up. Might have messed up the black signal. Let's see if it went. I need to go back and check. Oh my God. How do I do that? Let me see. All right. Let's go dashboard. Let's go to campaigns. Let's see if I sent one out today. Don't know if I sent the black signal out. I'm feeling bad. Bad enough that I'm way behind. Nope, I didn't send one out. I totally messed it up. All right, let me go and go back in and send out the message. I'm sorry, family. I gotta be taking y'all through this. I gotta get back into the swing of things this early in the morning. DT Ujamaa 13193. All right, join us for the toast. We are live now. Hope to see you at the digital crossroads. Space. We want to put the URL. The URL that I put on here, for those that don't know, the URL that I put on is the podcast. Because actually, this started out as a podcast show. We just, within the last 2 years, added all of the other streaming services, but mainly it's a podcast. And what I think I'm going to, I have to decide on whether I want to go through YouTube or focus. I mean, because I want to focus the family on certain platforms, and I just have to decide on which platform. And maybe y'all can help me with that decision because I want to be able to maximize the amount of people that we are able to reach. Because once again, it is a movement. We got to make sure we know it's a movement. Now remember, I'm experimenting with the coffee press. I got another one coming through. I got one that I could take to the job as well. This would maybe help me be able to cut some of the other habits that I have that go along with coffee. So I'm gonna go on and press it down, and we can see that vacuum action happening. See, in a minute, we will have another camera where you'll be able to see the whole process because I'm gonna be able to use the other side of the camera, which will allow me to give you some real clear vision. Now I'm doing this now because the coffee gets cold because it's glass and it doesn't hold the coffee that well as far as coolness and all that. So we're gonna throw a little bit of the. Now with this coffee this morning, what I mixed in with it was bee pollen. So I got a little bee pollen in with the coffee with the hot process to help release some of those enzymes and um, there's some of those healthy properties within it. So we're gonna make this coffee, then we'll get into our song, and then we'll toast our ancestors. And also, the next step I also need to do is to make sure that the chat is up so that the family that is participating can 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 be heard. So right now we are streaming on, I'm about to tell you, right now we are streaming on, let's see, We know the Facebook is out. We are online on YouTube on Gye-Nyame Journey. We're online on YouTube on Hatem Gye-Nyame. We are live on Periscope. We are live on Stream.me. We are live on, you can find me Stream.me, Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Periscope, we on as Hatem. I don't know why I don't have that as Gye-Nyame Journey. Facebook, we on as Hatem, as well as you can catch us at Gye-Nyame Journey, where all the posts and the conversation goes down. I want to thank all those family members that's been keeping up the post. So I'm gonna let this sit for a second here. I had the coffee sitting for about 5 minutes before we started. I'm gonna let this sit right here until I get my ambrosia out. Pour a little ambrosia in. We got us a nice little drink. All right, so we put this up here. All right, let's go check out the chat. All right, Helen, we mizzy una forwa. Uh-oh, we got somebody speaking another language. Welcome, Helen 770555655. All right, so we're about to do our toast. Let's get the song popping real quick. First off, I want to thank you for joining the Congregation of the Mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Anime, you was doing good all Kwanzaa. Now, what, you in a union now or something? What's going on? You done been unionized? Okay, so we're going to have to renegotiate terms. I am pro-union. All right, and of course, you know, this is the Heart of a Simple production, and this is the Daily Toast. Great Ujamaa to each and every last one of you. Strive to blow up all your old paradigms. What's up, Sister Drink some water. Come on. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take a breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should we say, breathe, then drink. Grab your bottle of that water. Twist the cap on your water. Lift your glass and pour your water. Just get some water. Drink. Or should we say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Come on, stretch. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Come on, move your body. Drink. Or should we say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Man, just raise your glass. Drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour your water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast, breathe, drink, eat, move. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Raise your glass. Raise your glass. Raise your glass. Move your body. Come on. Move your body. Move your body. Take your breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Toast your ancestors. Toast your ancestors. Toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Breathe, drink, breathe, eat, move. Take your breath. Take your breath. Drink your water. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Let's get it. All right, family, I want to welcome you on this beautiful, beautiful Ujamaa day. We have made it into the new year. This is a new year. It's time for us to start building. Remember, we are in the year of 3. So let me make sure I got everything I need. So tonight we will be doing folk tales for grown folks. No, tonight we'll be doing tribal quotes. And the quote for this week, um, I'm confused. I can't remember whether we did day 54 already. All forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. That's Victor Hugo. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. We did those. So let's move to day 5. Day 55. For those that don't know, I'm pulling up out of the Gye-Nyame Journey workbook, Tribal Quotes by myself. It's compiled by by me. I didn't write these proverbs. It's compiled. So you can go to gyenyame click on one of the top tabs. You got Gye-Nyame Journey workbook if you want to get the book. Day 55, that's the day we on. There is a 90-day process, but since we're doing one proverb a week, is a 90 week. We've been working on this for 55 weeks, and this is the second time through. And in between, we do the African openings to the Tree of Life. So we've been doing this for over 180 weeks. Wow. Man, okay. There's nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything what's. Man, hold on. Come on. Come on, anime. You gotta be on that. Hold on. So now, since it's just me this morning, we go back to the little right. So this is possibly for the show tonight if all things work. Um, we will be having a show tonight, and so the first proverb we're gonna work on is by Mohandas Gandhi. There's nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. I think y'all might want to be here for this discussion tonight. The highest reward for man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. God damn, this is gonna be I couldn't get nothing louder than that. I'm sorry. The highest reward for man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. Damn. That's by John Ruskin. And here we go. He that waits for a chance may wait for a long time. He that waits for a chance may wait for a long time. That's a Nigerian proverb. A nice discussion is going to be that fire, man, family. Those of you that have the Kwanzaa directory, you know what I'm saying? You go to the last few pages. If you go to the back and you open it up like this, you got some notes, right? That's to add. That's to add some ancestors if you want to read along on the list when I'm reading. And there is the list of our ancestors, right? So we are going to start our um first I gotta finish my water. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I gotta finish my water first, then we'll get into toasting the ancestors. Family, make sure you drink your water. As usual, we got to make sure that we're healthy so that we can be of service to the past generations and the future generations. In the now. In the now we gotta take care of our health. Mm, almost. Alright, let's get it. What do I do at the top? This one ain't easily collapsed. I guess if I was a little bit younger, I could do it. All right. So we're gonna finish up. You hope make sure you get your water. All right. So I'm gonna pull up one of these health drinks. I got my old ambrosia. All right. I'm gonna put some in there. Then we're gonna turn around and we're going to add that to our beautiful coffee. I will keep track of the beans that I'm using and let you know which beans I'm using. Also, for those that drink coffee, like I said, we can add little steps to our daily life that brings us in line, that brings us uh, into contact with our culture. So, coffee is one of the things that we can use because a lot of us drink coffee. So I'm saying, hey, we can use it to get us to where we need to be. So here we go. Starting off, should I ought to read it from the book? Nah, look kind of small. Um, shots out. But let me for the book, let me send shots out to Black Central Creative. Yeah. Black Central Creative for putting this beautiful book together. And shouts out to Tyler Murphy for putting on the art for the putting the art together for the Kwanzaa piece. We will be commissioning another artist um, for next year. So those artists that have ideas, you need to start working on them now so that we can go on, because right now it's always Kwanzaa season, but now we're building up energy. What are we going to produce for this coming Kwanzaa? You know what I'm saying? To bring in the year 4. All right, here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. All right, family, where we go from there? We go to our list. Make sure we got everything together. All right. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Alexander Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Penny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Julie Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman, No More X, Sapet Mott Ram, Malika Pakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Danielle Pulley, and the Luxter Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Runderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weller, Levita Farmer, Agosa Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keacher Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock. Ophelia Peacock. Let me find where I'm at. Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dale Rilla Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Haley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineau, Elder Imhotep Wellman. I meant to wear his bracelet today. Fred Douglas Strick Sr. I'm gonna clean that. I'm gonna clean that. Y'all gotta see it when I'm gonna clean it and put it on for y'all one day. Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frankie Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Saulus Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Paris, Elja Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Jordan, no, William Carter, Lisa Carter, no, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sonny Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hat Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanessa Alvarez Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton. I know I said her name wrong. George and Hallie Johnson. Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Morel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, and we also have Joella Giles, James Carswell, and Aunt Sis, um, Mrs. Liberta Adams. Um, so that is our ancestors, and we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Dear family, move to the present moment. Where are we in the moment right now? Getting back on rhythm. We are on Ujamaa. For those that don't speak the language, that's cooperative economics. Reciprocity is the Maitic principle. Gratitude is what we teach in the M7. Color is green. Polarity is the Hermetic law of the day. Male name is Yao. Female name is Yah. Realize that on this day, all the names, all the other names start with K and A. Umoja is Kwojun Ajwa. Kujichagulia is Kwabna Abina. Ujima is Kweku and Akua. Nia is Kopi and Afua. Kuumba is Kwame and Ama. Imani is Kwesi and Akusua, right? And today's day names are the only ones that's different. They both start with a Y, which leaves us with the question of why, right? Male name is Ya, female name is Ya. And family, please find your day so that we could go on and, like I said, we could have team, because I'm on team Quabbin, I'm on team Coogee Chaga Leah, right? I'm trying to find groups so that we can have the Moja group, Coogee Chaga Leah group, Ujima group, Ujamaa group, right? Nia, Kuumba, and Imani groups, right? Because we all fit up under certain energies. You know what I'm saying? And knowing, and we need to know each other, right? To really be successful, and be able to work as a tribe successfully. So we need to know all our Quabanans, right? We need to know all my Yas and Yao, right? So for today, one, two, Moja, Kuchakalia, Ujima, Ujamaa. Today in Wolof, from the African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System, we are on your Manda, which means compassion for those less fortunate than yourself. Starting with the culture, family. Starting with the culture. All these move from the culture outwards, from family outwards. All right. So this compassion and all this compassion for those less fortunate than yourself starts in, works out. Account ethics, patience, in, out. Um, and in traditional Yoruba, attributes of good character, emoja mora, sensitivity. Sensitivity. All right. So that is what we are in the moment, family. Remember, lock it into your reticular formation. We are looking for examples, pictures, thoughts that lead us towards Ujamaa, cooperative economics. We can find it. We could find it, right? Let's post up the pictures on Gye-Nyame Journey. Let's share it with the world on our timelines on Gye-Nyame Journey, because we're trying to make sure that we're building up the energy that we need. So we lift up our glass to the present moment, because we know in the moment is our power, and if we don't handle it, shame on us, because we leave absolutely nothing for our children. So we move from the present moment and we move into our children, our children's children, on to infinity, right? To future generations. We toast them and we lift them up in advance, letting them know. And by saluting them, we are confirming our contract with them that we will fulfill and make sure they have something to stand on. We toast them, we say Ashe. From their family, we move and we salute all of our relations. We say Ashe. From their family, we move and we salute. Or better yet, we lift up our glass for you. What is it that you need? That's your time. That's selfish toast, right? Ashe. And last but not least, I salute the most beautiful, powerful, magnificent, spectacular, beautiful being. And you know what that is? That's you. I lift up my glass to you and I say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And family, that is the toast for the day. Of course, we don't have toast and conversation until Kuumba and Imani, unless there's some other breaks. We got a break coming up during spring probably, and some coming during the summer. So we will be able to discuss, and the time will, of course, shift. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. How you doing this morning, my brother? Hopefully you got the text message. Mr. Nabita, when you get an opportunity, you need to send your address so I can send it to everybody so that we could arrange the meeting and get busy. Right, it's time to build. right? So we're in a year 3 that communication is key. So family, I want to thank everybody. Hold on, I gotta finish. Let me finish this old ambrosia for you, right? Because y'all like that old is rough, it's rough, right? It is rough, but man, is it small. I need to get some studies done on this. Mm, mm, mm. Beautiful. All right, family. Remember, like and share. Let's build the movement. Build the movement. Build the movement. Build the movement. We gone, family.